Hey there, Capricorn. Thanks for joining me. So we're looking at how the new moon in Aquarius is affecting you for the month of February, because it's really like the beginning or the kicker of the month, and how really to utilize the month's energies in the best way. And then we'll just briefly get through the rest of the month and how it will affect you as well. So for you, this focus is really on your second house of finance, finance related to your salary or your income, how you earn your money, as well as the self-worth that you feel that is connected to the money that you earn and the job that you do. So this is, I mean, when you think about oftentimes how good you feel about the job that you do, this gives you a certain passion and exuberance to get things done and really just be at your best. Alternatively, when you don't really feel like you enjoy the work that you do, then this doesn't produce the great energy that you're looking for, but also maybe like a sustained effort, or maybe even an increased workload because of just the energy that you have or the passion that you might have if you were to be enjoying said work. So that's just a focus, and really what the new moon in Aquarius is asking you to do is to bring in more of who you are, your unique qualities. Oftentimes these are things that we might feel uncomfortable about, but it's really to bring flavor to your workplace, to the things that you can offer, and also three, kind of giving something back to yourself and being able to share of what you know and what your talents are. And this is key. Even if people don't know about them now, they can always grow. So moving on to February 1st and 2nd, Mercury is in Capricorn, and for you, this just means that people are talking about you, emailing, texting, not necessarily about you, but maybe to you or with you, and squaring at the moment Uranus in Aries. So for the past few years, several years almost, since 2011-12, Uranus has been in Aries, and this has kind of been a destabilizing effect for you. This has been in your fourth house of home, the mother, homeland, home property, hometown, people kind of that you grew up with, so your family of origin essentially. So there may have been kind of more of this would be like, this would be seen as conversations, so kind of challenging conversations around your identity and who you are, and how that relates to your family and your home as well. Then the next day, on the 2nd, Jupiter, Mercury in Capricorn again is squaring Jupiter in Libra, and for you, this is conversations that have been happening, or the growth conversations about your identity that have, and the contrast that has been apparent since this fall when Jupiter moved into Libra, which is your 10th house of career, status, success, your identity in society, as well as the father, the CEO, and any leaders in your life. So also just to kind of be mindful of the conversations that might come up around this time. So moving on to February the 6th, Jupiter is actually going retrograde in Libra, so we'll see kind of more growth. So growth in the sense of needing to look inward, a period of revision, and to be able to utilize the available growth that we have left while Jupiter is making this transit. Jupiter is in Libra until October the 10th of 2017 and has been there since fall of 2016. So this is where we see a lot of growth and expansion, as well as abundance, but sometimes there can be like blessings and overload as well. That's another aspect of Jupiter, so just being aware of that. So at this point, when Jupiter is going retrograde, we're really looking at how we can revise our relationships, or your relationship, to the 10th house of career, looking at what it is that you want to do, if this is sustaining and fulfilling, how you can grow your career in what you are doing, and maybe even bringing in some kind of research. These are the things that Jupiter represents, so research, growth, studying, anything that has to do with travel as well. And really expanding your mind and speaking your truth as well. So maybe really reflecting on those things and how you can use Jupiter in a better way once it goes direct. And that will be later into March, April. But as of right now, it's really just a revision period around the successful status that you're seeking. So moving on to February the 10th and 11th, there's lunar eclipse in Leo. Lunar eclipses represent endings, or either like new beginnings through a rebirth. So something has to be let go in order for a renewal. And this for you is in your 8th house of life and death issues. So this can be often seen as a birth, or sometimes someone passing away. More often, though, it is seen as debt or money that's owed to you, or money that you owe someone else. Either that could be scholarships, bursaries, loans, insurance, government associations, or government benefits, as well as other people's money. So this could also be your spouse's income or spouse's benefits, as well as debt, of course. So just being aware of the topics and any issues that might be coming up prior to this. We often usually get an indication, and eclipses will bring out the hard truth. If you haven't been listening. So just being aware of what you can do in advance to prepare for the eclipse season. So moving on to February the 18th, the Sun enters Pisces, and for you, this is your 3rd house of short distance travel, as well as siblings, cousins, neighbors, really like commuting, communication, transportation, emails, texts, phone calls. So there's a real highlight around these topics for you now. And then quickly on to February the 26th, there's a solar new moon in Pisces, and this is a chance for a new beginning, as well as in relation to your commute to work. If you don't work, then just overall transportation, communication, anything that has you moving around from point A to point B. This could, oftentimes, this could be seen as getting a new car or a new phone, or finding a new way to work, or even having a new awareness around a relationship with a cousin, sibling, or a neighbor. And that's about it. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email, or just check out my website, rawredemption.ca. Thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you next month.